innovating whilst we're continuing to run the service, very important. Being ready every 3 or 4 days for a new event, learning as we go. There's a nice saying, if you watched our Together documentaries, which our City Studios colleagues make, there's a nice saying in the last one, we win or we learn.
Yeah.
So, you
I
know,
love that.
we can win, that's great. But if we don't win, we have to learn. And I think that culture is very much part of everything that we do.
So I'm really excited to be here today with Greg, CTO of City Football Group. And what an amazing place we are. Look at the landscape. This stadium is beautiful. I can not be happier to be here. Thank you, Greg, for being here with us and to receive us in your home.
Thanks, Santi. It's amazing that you're here. You made this long trip. We're really delighted to have you. As you say, you're in our beautiful stadium, which currently there's some work going on to expand it, and we're very proud of that. But you're seeing it in its full glory on a beautiful summer's day or spring day here in England.
It is a beautiful day. I'm very excited. And something important I want to share today is about the partnership, about the technology, about the fan experience. I'm very proud to tell to the world that we are doing this partnership to enhance the fan experience. They are the most important ones. And I want to ask you a little bit about what are your thoughts about technology and the club and the match. Give me your thoughts about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a CTO, right? So you'd expect me to say that technology is very important and very essential, but I think it's absolutely true. Technology is totally essential to everything we do. On the pitch, playing the game of football, developing talent, winning matches, winning trophies, and also off the pitch. Everything we do for fans. Fans are at the heart of everything we do. Everything we exist for really is for the fans. And technology is critical to the way in which we connect with fans all around the world that perhaps can't visit our stadium or may only visit it once or twice, but they want to be close to the team and they want to connect with us whichever way they can. That could be through videos and online and social. And of course, technology is incredibly crucial in a place like this, in the stadium. You don't see that much of it necessarily, although we have some things that are on display and very obvious, like all this LED and the light shows and things. But there's a huge amount of technology involved in all the running of the stadium. And of course, and this is where VTEX come in, everything you do before you come to the stadium, buying a ticket and buying a shirt and ordering things that you want to do when you're here and experiences. So technology is really critical to the heart of the club, and to CFG and to Manchester City and everything we do.
No, I love the concept, and it's a reality. You guys really put the fan in the middle. It's all around them. In that way, I want to ask you, how do you choose the partners of technology? I'm seeing a lot of partners that you operate, different technologies. What are the standards that you evaluate?
Yeah, well, I think we cover a lot of ground, in the technology world. I think because of, as I was describing, we have so many different things that we're trying to achieve on the pitch, off the pitch for the company. Yeah. If you focus in a little bit on what we do for fan technologies, there we have various different contexts. We have, as I was saying, the context of a fan overseas who can't necessarily come to the stadium, and then we have the sort of stadium context. And what links all of that together is commerce and the idea of trying to engage with the club through buying products from us. It could be a shirt, it could be a match ticket, it could be something else. I think that's where we see some big opportunities. I think we have delivered. I'm really proud of all the experiences we've delivered to fans through our club app, through our club website. We've made a tremendous grounds in how we entertain and allow that connection for fans through the use of those technologies. But commerce still represents a really important opportunity set, I think, because as the club grows, we're serving more and more people, we're introducing more and more services. Quite soon here on the site, we're going to have a new hotel, we're going to have new entertainment operations. And of course, we still want to sell, and we still do sell all of our retail and our merchandise and our tickets and our food and beverage and other things. How do you link all that together? How do you make it simple for fans to find what they want? How do we personalize the kind of things that we think would be relevant for each individual fan? and how do we make it just simple to buy things, to receive things from us. I think all of that superset of stuff which sits in this commerce area, there's lots of opportunity there. It's quite a challenging space too to operate, because we have a lot of diversity of fans and products, and that, I think, is, to go back to your question, that's where we think VTEX can really help us.
I'm very excited because to be able to deliver one unified experience for the fans through all the journey, before, during, and after the match, will change the experience. And in VTEX, we are committed to that, to guarantee that you can serve your fans, your customers, through the whole journey. And we will need to integrate with different systems, having different partners, different suppliers, managing inventory, physical or even digital inventory, to guarantee that the fans can operate with a click, with just in a single way how they operate or they move inside the stadium or outside. So we're very excited on this partnership. And moving on that direction, I want to tell you that we have never seen a club so committed with the technology and how they are going to serve the fan experience. And this is why also VTEX is investing on this partnership, and we are going to deliver top technology for you and for all the customers. In this top partner that you need to create for your club and your organization, how did you arrive to VTEX? How you find out about our platform, our team, and why did you decide to move ahead with us?
Yeah, good question. I mean, I think going back maybe 2 years now, we started a piece of thinking to reconceptualize how we want to deliver commerce. And I think in that piece of work, we started to see this idea that we had a growing number of products and services, growing complexity really in the number of different things we were offering fans, but we didn't want to translate that complexity to fans. And we started to think, well, how are we going to deliver all of that complexity in a simple way? Because we don't want to send fans to multiple different places and multiple different platforms.
I imagine that only to sit down and find a way to create this ecosystem will take us months, because it's a huge architecture that you need to guarantee that it's scalable, it's reliable, it's fast, and it's simple for the fans.
Exactly right. And then through that process, we started to look at, well, what technologies are out there, probably not in the football industry necessarily, but what technologies are out there that can help solve that problem? Who has solved that problem? We started looking at retailers, for example, or the travel industry, who have done a lot of work on that exact problem, making this complicated, varied inventory base simple for their customers. That's how we came across you guys, VTEX. Then, of course, we started some conversations. As you know, they went on for several months whilst we were all talking to each other, and it ended with this, really lovely partnership that we have between us, where I think we are really excited about the journey, the opportunity to work with an innovative company like VTEX. And I think hopefully you're excited too to work with us, because I know that we're the biggest club in the industry that you're working with. So I think we're going to learn a lot from each other.
Very, very happy, and let me tell you, every VTEXers around the world is excited about this partnership. From Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Colombia, Mexico, France, everybody on VTEX is fully loving this journey. So we are also very humble, and we take this responsibility to guarantee that this is going to be a success case for all of us. Now, let's go a little bit deep on the technical part. The operational of a commerce solution during a match can have different challenges. We need to guarantee first the architecture is really API first, that we can have really reduce response times. We need to guarantee that we are able to reply in the peak moments when everybody go, for example, in the middle term of the match, and everybody will order the food, or with the moment that the game just finished, and then we are going to start maybe the hotel or different momentums, or I can say is I can believe, I can see a future where we are going to have many peaks in different moments of the match, before and middle and the finish. So the architecture need to be reliable, need to be fast, need to be scalable. And the most important part is in the peak moment is when the fans will judge us if we are doing a correct work or not. How do you think we can be prepared for this in the future? From VTEX side, I can tell you that we are working with the best technology, with the best developer, with the best engineers to guarantee that, but also with the ecosystem and inside Manchester City. How do you see that we can prepare for this peak moment of the fan experience?
Yeah, so there's a number of aspects, as always with these things. I mean, let's start with just making sure that everything works and is responsive. So we are in a 24/7/365 industry. We publish many pieces of media every single day. We want to make sure that, first of all and foremost, everyone can see them, everyone can reach them, that the app, the web, everything is responsive. So that comes very high in the responsive, scalable, resilient, secure. That comes very high in the mix. Looking then beneath that, it's about how do we use data to cleverly personalize things for people. So we understand what people are looking at, what geography they might be in, what segment of fans do they belong to, what do we know about each individual so that we can make sure that we're tailoring experiences for them in the right way. What do we know about their preferences? What have they told us? What data have they been prepared to share with us? Going forward as well, it's also about integration. So the more we can integrate into one place, the more of our commerce activity that we can integrate into one place, which is where VTEX will help us, the more we get the opportunity to learn about what fans want from us and to serve them in the right way. So I think there's multiple levels that we look at that question on. And again, I think there's a lot of opportunity there to do that really well for fans and to bring them right to the heart of the club and right to the heart of the experiences that they want.
Totally. I believe personalization will be able to guarantee that we deliver the unique experience for each fan. And then we need to guarantee that we are not only a transactional platform, that we can really go beyond a click or just a e-commerce operation.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think innovation never stops. So one part of this is getting on the right foundations, and you know, again, going back to the partnership, that's where VTEX are really going to help us, because we have got some architecture work to do to make sure that we can provide that integrated experience. But another big part of this is just that continuous innovation, continuing to learn, to improve. I think, you know, that is a lesson that I think all of us that work in tech have really taken to heart over these last generations as we've been learning. So yes, we have our vision. It should be simple, it should be effortless, it should be fun. But what that actually means in practice, how we can continue to stay abreast of the latest technologies, how in the future we're going to use things that today are just beginning in the technological world, all of that we will continue to stay as much as we can ahead of. And that's easier if you're on, you know, well architected, integrated foundations.
I like it, because normally when you implement the project or system, they start to be legacy after 1 or 2 years. This partnership is about being future-proof, how we build a root, an architecture that allows us to be innovators, to be leaders, to be able in front of the game. So I'm very excited that we are building literally something future-proof.
I hope so. Yeah, that's definitely the idea.
That's the idea. Sport industry is a competitive landscape. We are seeing a lot of clubs around the world. Everyone is moving and trying to have the best experience for the fans. How do you see Manchester City and the group moving on this direction? How you are going to guarantee that we can lead this compared to different clubs and organizations?
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, sport is by its very nature, it's really competitive. It's most obviously competitive on the pitch, but it's a sort of very relentless performance culture in every aspect of the club. In tech, we have a number of big missions. You know, we have everything to do with fans and fan technologies. We have everything to do with football and sporting technologies. We're also running a large enterprise and company here, so we have everything to do with that, infrastructure, cybersecurity. So we have a lot of different domains that we look after. It's a performance culture, so every 3 days sometimes we're out there, in front of the world. We have 50,000 or more fans coming into this stadium. So the cycles are very, very quick. We have to innovate quickly. We've had to learn to innovate whilst we're running. We don't get the chance really to have downtime or even we used to have the summer, but even that really now we are busy the whole way through the summer, whether it's concerts in the stadium or the team is on tour, the business never stops. So innovating whilst we're continuing to run the service, very important. Being ready every 3 or 4 days for a new event, learning as we go. There's a nice saying, if you watched our the Together documentaries, which our City Studios colleagues make, there's a nice saying in the last one, we win or we learn.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
We can win, that's great. But if we don't win, we have to learn. And I think that culture is very much part of everything that we do.
I love the concept of the culture, because also in VTEX we push to go on a high performance culture. And I love also you are always fully accountable of the results, also the experience. I don't have time to not be prepared. And something that I believe is important is the speed that you need to have as an organization to improve in the team and as a corporation. And this culture allows us to, I think, be here. No, a lot of organizations don't see that the culture of high performance and accountability will allow them to grow, to scale, to accelerate. And this is how Manchester City, for sure, became a global brand, a global team. And I'm very proud on seeing this value of your culture matching with VTEX culture.
And I've loved working with you guys at VTEX and seeing how you've founded and grown the company so fast, in the last 20 years. It's really impressive.
I just say, or we win or we learn.
So, Santi, you asked me how we found VTEX, and I tried to explain a little bit, hopefully okay. I mean, you've been involved with VTEX for a long time. I met with Mariano, the CEO and founder, last week when we were together. He told me a bit of the story. How do you guys in VTEX, how do you see yourselves as different from the companies that you compete with, some of which are, very big, powerful companies?
Yes. So I think first we see the success of VTEX through the success of our customers. That is the first rule. We are successful if our customers are successful. Then you have the core values of a culture. You have to be high performance, to have public accountability. Then you have, of course, the technology. And we build a composable and complete commerce platform. That means that we have the best of breed of different models, but also we allow different customers to decompose and connect or disconnect everything that they want for our commerce solution. So we are able to offer the best of a one-stop shop, but also for a tier 1 enterprise, they can use VTEX in different ways. So that allows us to go to market very fast, to be able to operate in different industries and scale. Also, something that we are doing now is we are very proud that have a global solution, have the leverage of integrating commerce through Dubai, Germany, France, United States, and Latin America, allow the merchants to connect their inventory to our marketplace capability. So we are becoming more than a technology, an enabler of the commerce. And now, more than ever, we need to be there for our retailers, for our brands, for our D2C brand that want to connect in a easy, fast, and of course, we need to do it economically so they can have a strong ROI in all the investment that they do in the technology. Now, moving on, I want to hear your opinion about how do you see commerce transforming in the next years?
Yeah, well, look, you use the word transactions. At the heart of commerce, of course, will always be transactions. But I think we are moving very quickly into a world where the expectations of what a transactional experience looks like I think are very different to what they were in the past. You know this, of course, because you built your business very much on helping companies like ourselves simplify commerce. And that word's important. I think people don't want to, people are, in a way, time is scarce. People want to have simple, easy, effortless transactional experiences or commerce experiences. Brands like ourselves have to respond to that. People won't easily put up with complicated experiences online. They want to be able to find what they want, purchase what they want, find what they want later, what they've already purchased in a simple and integrated way. So I think that change it is very profound. It puts a lot of onus back onto brands like us to follow that requirement or that desire from fans. It will lead into other things, the way in which we use data, the way in which perhaps in the future we might use technologies that are just emerging today, some of the AI technologies that can take away even more load from fans to, when they're going through those experiences. So I think the evolution is irreversible, and I think commerce, as I say, transactions will always be at the heart, but the way in which those transactions will be powered will continue to evolve, and we want to make that simple for fans, easy, so that it builds on their connection with the club and doesn't take away from the experience.
I like that, because in the Manchester City experience, it is not transactional. We are not going to sell some commodities. We are offering them personalization. We are going to guarantee that they can feel passion, they can feel excited about the process and the journey during the...
You're 100% right.
And the responsibility of all the systems and all the processes around is to guarantee that this is not break for anything in the process. We need to guarantee that this is really like one journey all together for the fans.
That's right. And we have to cope with a lot of different scenarios. Sometimes, demand outstrips supply in our world, unfortunately. That we'd love to accommodate double or triple the number of fans at certain scenarios, but we can't. So we have to regulate that carefully. We have to make sure that's a fair process. So that also places demands on us to make sure that we can do that in the right way.
So it's fair to say that sport industry has changed a lot during the last year. How do you see this evolving, and how can impact the Manchester City experience?
Yeah, you're right. Sport is changing. It leads the way in many areas. Some of the profound changes, I think, obviously the industry itself has grown. There's been this enormous growth in interest in football, if I talk about that, and then within football, the English Premier League, and in the Premier League, Manchester City. So there's this enormous growth in interest, in exposure. That's driven this huge growth for us in how we bring our content to the world. The business has become, I think, much more of a 365 day a year business. Yes, we are still revolve around match days, but the stadium is full of life even on non-match days. We have this incredible new entertainment district coming up next to the stadium, a music arena, a hotel. So the industry is just becoming more of an always-on industry, serving fans in more places. And I think that will just continue and comes back a little bit to what I was saying before about the performance culture and the need to innovate whilst we're just continuing to deliver at high speed. But I was going to ask you the same question, because VTEX is this huge public company, but it's still really at the heart a startup. How do you see things changing?
So I just say we need to guarantee that we are always working to deliver innovation. And it's like a buzzword. Everybody talk about innovation, but innovation is only possible if you are able to execute. So this is why we put in the center the customer, and we deliver successful project. We only see success for VTEX if we are able to guarantee that our customer sell more, have a better experience for the customer, or reduce their cost. So we are always obsessed about how we deliver value. And in different industries, the way we go to market or we do the architecture maybe can change. but it is a principle on how we guarantee we deliver value.
It's one of the things actually that it's interesting you say that, because one of the things that we really liked about VTEX when we were going through our selection process was exactly that you saw your success as linked to ours. You didn't want to take away the sort of attention from our brand. You wanted to support our brand, but help us make us better with commerce. And I think that sort of chemistry, it provides for a shared vision. And that's not always the way with technology companies.
Yes, this is where we really believe we are different. We put ourselves in risk to guarantee that the project is successful in all our projects around the world. We put value generation as the first priority. It's not just to sell technology. Every day technology became a commodity because every day technology is changing, is something new happening. But to deliver value is something that we need to put knowledge, really knowledge as a service, to guarantee that we deliver this.
And of course, you're a Brazilian company at heart, so there's a natural shared love of football. So that was a big help as well.
So, look, in Latin America, you cannot walk more than a block without seeing some kids with a balloon or a match in a screen. In Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, we see this and it's part of our blood, it's our culture. So we are more than passionate to being here.
Well, I grew up here in Manchester and it's the same here. Santi, we've reached the end of our really enjoyable conversation, but as you know, in football, it's a tradition at the end of the game to swap shirts. So I think we've got some shirts ready.
We have the same idea also.
Yeah, look at that. Now, I'll give you this one, but I'm going to ask you about your shirt in a minute. But this is our brand new next season home shirt. It was actually only launched yesterday, so you are really one of the first in the world to be receiving this. It's an absolutely beautiful shirt. This sash here, actually, for me, is quite meaningful. The sash is a piece of history from Manchester City shirts gone by. So this sash here pays back to a tribute to a great team of the 1970s. And I'm really happy for you to have that. It's absolutely, as I say, it's beautiful. And I'm really happy for you to have that and take it home.
I will share it with my team in Latin America, so they will put it in the office to guarantee that we have in the best place for VTEX. Let me give you our t-shirt. As you can see, this is Rebel Pink.
Rebel Pink is good because I was hoping it's not red, so that's fine.
I will tell you a little bit about the history of the brand. So around 10 years ago, we were in an expo in United States, and all the brands of technology, they were blue. They were blue. And one of our co-founders said, look, we are from Latin America, we are rebels, we are different. Yeah. Let's be bold. And the idea of having a Rebel Pink brand allows us to show really what we are looking for, to stand up and show to the world that we are different, and we are very proud of this.
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful. Yeah, and it does stand out because I was with Mariano at a conference last week, and the VTEX stand really does stand out amongst all those technology brands. So congratulations, it's beautiful, and I will take it home and wear it with pride. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming. Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
It's been my pleasure.